All right, we made it happen. First podcast in a studio, official.
Yes.
Welcome to the Nicoletti Show. Welcome. I actually used to have a podcast called Gold Nuggets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, back in 2021.
Oh my God.
I had like 100 average listeners. But I would never stay consistent because I just wasn't a consistent person back then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
you changed. I think you changed a lot over the course of your life, didn't you?
of course.
Yeah.
Have to. That's my whole that's why people relate to me is because I started from such a low place. No father figure, no social skills, high levels of social anxiety, can't read social cues, could never approach a girl, could let alone get a girl on a date I could barely approach.
Oh, wow.
On drugs and alcohol, around the wrong friends. Yeah, dropped out of college. But then I found a mentor, Owen Cook, and just slowly crawled my way out of a pit of just bad habits, toxic behaviors. And eventually, now I'm helping guys do the same thing.
Yes. Oh my God. This sounds not like the Nico that I met at all. Like
Yeah?
something that really stood out to me was your confidence. Like that's what I remembered about you. I'm like, that guy is so confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, you seem really comfortable with yourself. So I'm curious, what made you go into the dating space? What made you become a coach?
So I say this a lot. Cold approach, in my opinion, is one of the most pure forms of self-improvement for a man. Sometimes, because it forces you to level up every other area of your life.
Yeah.
So at first, it was just like, I'm lonely. I'm like 18. I want to get girls. And I was in college looking at a boring economics class. And then, I was just on my phone. It was a big auditorium, so no one could tell you're on your phone. And I had my headphones in. And I stumbled upon a video, How to Pick Up Girls, by Julian Blanc.
Okay.
And it was an hour-long video. And I remember watching this and being mind blown. Like, what the heck? This is a thing? Like, people learn how to do this? Like, what the heck? This guy, Julian Blanc, was like a wizard. He was like breaking everything down to a science, everything. And I remember, like, it was just like watching a movie that it opened my mind to like, oh shit, I don't have to be alone for the rest of my life. I can just learn how to do this and make this a thing. So it took me a whole year before I even tried. But I watched all their videos for a year. But it never helped. And this is another thing I noticed. You gain absolutely nothing from watching the videos. Yeah. Only inspiration. You actually have to do something to learn.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think you're totally right in that. And how would you say, when I'm thinking about the Nico that I know now, the Nico back then, what are like the greatest things about your life now? Like, what do you think? What is the transformation? Like, what has improved in your life since then?
Oh, that's a good question. The greatest transformation in my life now. Oh, I think it's my ability to connect with others, like random people. I feel like I can walk into any room and kind of make people feel comfortable and get a good sense of where everyone's at, what their energy is like, how to communicate with them. And also, just being social in general. Like when I walk in a room, everyone says you are like the most extroverted person I know. On a good day. Some days I'm not talking to anyone and I just want to be left alone. But on a good day, people say that, wow, you're so extroverted. And that's not me. Like growing up, I was quiet in class. I was sitting in the back always, wouldn't say a word in class, ever. I was just quiet, no friends. So people saying that to me is like a big deal. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so gross. I feel like we have kind of the opposite journeys because
Really?
we were talking a little bit earlier. I was always confident. From like a small age, like really young age on, I was just smiling, talking to people, always like just like being really bold. And I had this feeling that life is on my side. People say like, oh, you're so lucky, you're so confident. How are you so confident? And I was like, I don't know. Why you're not confident, right?
Yeah.
And I lost it later in life. And this is really where I saw how the life is of people who don't have confidence. And honestly, it sucks.
Yeah.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. And I had to consciously work on gaining it back because I didn't know what I did right back then. But then I got into self-development and I consciously gained it back. So I can now really relate to both sides. And I really think what you're doing is amazing because I feel like when you are in this state, you're missing out on so much life. There's so many things that you are just you're like living in this small little bubble, and it's just there's a really small ceiling. And I feel like if you just break through it, because confidence is really the ability to go out there and be like, no matter what happens to me, I got this. Yeah. I feel like that's confidence. And then you can make anything happen and push the ceiling, right? Yeah. I feel like that's what you're doing. So I think it's even way more than just the dating. But I think the dating is a great motivator, especially for men.
That's the biggest motivator for men. That's how it gets started.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about men. Like, honestly, I don't understand the feminists that say they hate men. Why are men like this? Why are men controlling? Just think about how beautiful it is that men want to serve women. Yeah. How motivated they are to learn everything for us. Like, men want to see their girlfriend happy. Like, I feel like it makes them so happy to see their girl happy. I feel like that's one of the biggest things for guys. And I honestly just say I love that about guys.
Yeah. I love that you said that, because there is a lot of, I mean, even on the guys' side, there's a lot of like women hating too. Mm-hmm. And it's bad on both sides. Yeah. So for some, I would like to say my audience is pretty damn awesome. Like, that's one thing I mean, of course I get some haters, but like, I genuinely, the best thing about YouTube is if you're raw and real, it connects to you to other people who are just like you. And I've met my subscribers, and they are freaking awesome. They're like my friends now. So, yeah, I love that about my audience. I think most of my audience is more of like this wholesome version of what I'm trying. Like, I'm in like the pickup sphere, right? How to pick up girls. Yeah. And there's a lot of toxic people in that sphere. Yeah. But I think I'm in a lot of guys, they say, I follow your content because you do this in like a wholesome way, where you're not hating on women and you're not trying to manipulate, and you're just really about getting better in general and building a social circle and becoming more confident. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So it's really like the goal is picking up the girls, but it changes so much around that. What would you say from your vantage point? What is like the biggest mistakes that you see guys make when it comes to women when they're in this stage?
That's a good question. The biggest mistake is probably showing a little bit too much intent. I make this mistake too. Like, you like a girl and you're like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Hi, you're so beautiful. What's your name? I want to take you out. And it's like, bro, you haven't even gotten to know her yet. Yeah. Now she's immediately putting you in this category of guy that's like, just, I've already won him over. Yeah. Girl, I feel like girls want to chase validation a little bit. You got to give them that privilege or opportunity to chase your validation and win you over. I think girls want to win you over more. Now, that being said, you can walk up and just be straightforward and direct, and some girls like that. But I think guys, they show a little bit too much interest. They're a little bit too over-eager in the beginning, you know?
I think what there really is, like, from my perspective, it just makes me really suspicious. When a guy's already, like, so taken by you and he doesn't even know anything about you yet, it's like, well, like, there's still so much, like, it doesn't feel like he likes you. He likes an idea of you. Yeah. And that's really what puts you off. It's like, kind of like, he doesn't have standards. He's just,
exactly.
Only the looks, that's it. And
the best example I can give, it's like when a subscriber, I've ran into a few in Bali, when they see me and they're like, oh shit, it's Nicoletti. Oh my God, bro's risen up. Are you going to talk to girls, bro? And they put me on this pedestal, and I'll never live up to that image because I'm human. It's like, what if I'm having an off night? And now instantly I'm like happy. Like, thank you, bro. Nice to meet you. I'll even take a photo with them. But instantly I have this urge to run away because I'm like, they're not seeing me for a human being who's just human. The subscribers that are cool are just like, oh shit, Nicoletti, bro. I love your videos, man. Nice to meet you. And then we're just hanging out and he's just talking to me like I'm a normal human. And then I'm like, I can actually relax and be myself around this person. I don't have to live up to this massive standard you've put on me. So.
And that's what everybody wants, right? Like, we want to be around people where we just can be ourselves, where we feel comfortable. Nobody wants or can put on a mask for a long time. So yeah, I think that's what happens when people put you on that big pedestal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What would you say is the number one thing guys mess up? Because, I mean, I'm sure you get approached a lot in Bali. Mm-hmm. How many times do you get approached a lot in Bali?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because you also have a really good vibe and energy. Mm-hmm. So guys are probably like, oh, she looks nice. She's not going to be mean. So say hi. Yeah. What do you think is the biggest turnoff when a guy is like talking to you and trying to say hi to you?
I think it's if they're like overly cocky and like kind of arrogant. They come up to you and they're like, I'm the shit. I already got her, like no biggie, like I'm so cool, and you're just like, you kind of have immediately this one that you want to humble him.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, well, who do you think you are? Like,
wow.
you know, like show me a little bit, like just be genuine, be honest, because it feels fake as well. I think everything that's not real, girls can really sense that like very quickly, and I think that's really off-putting. And I think it's a human thing. Like,
I want to compare this to the fight gym. You ready?
Yes.
So when I first walked into the fight gym, boxing gym, last year when I started, first off, like 80% of me didn't want to do it. I was just like, but I already paid, and I already told everyone I was going to do it, and I was in such a low rock bottom place that I was like, fuck, like why not? But when I walked inside, I was like, what am I doing here? Man, all these people suck. These people think they're so cool. I bet I walked in with so much ego, and my attitude was so defensive, like so cocky, arrogant. I was walking around like I'm the man, but it was
like the attack mode almost, right?
Yeah, but it's coming from a place of total insecurity, like super scared actually that I'm not good enough to be in here. And as soon as I was done the boxing session, I felt so much respect for everyone in there. I felt humbled. I felt grateful, and I was like, I love this place. But when I walked in, I was insecure and scared. Now when I walk into a fight gym with a little bit of fight experience, I walk in comfortable, just normal. I'm just walking in, and I'm just myself. And I can see people who are the good fighters, the pro fighters, they walk in with a sense of ease. And they're confident, but it's not overly confident. They're walking in, and you know he can fight because he's just walking around.
Just that vibe tells you everything.
Yeah, the guy who can't fight, he walks in like chest out high, you know, walking in like
trying to
but
prove
you
himself.
know he can't fight. You know he's scared. So it's kind of like that. Our defense mechanism of being like afraid of the rejection or whatever is to like puff up a bit, right? Yeah.
And I think that was actually one of the best times I've been approached, and it was from a guy who wasn't like overly like handsome or anything, but he was just really honest and actually vulnerable. And guys think that it's a bad thing. It's actually really not. He just came out and he's like, hey, actually, I'm a little bit nervous, like making a joke about it. And, you know, that's immediately, like, we call it, like, put the weapon down in Germany. It's like, oh, wow. He's immediately opening himself up, like, for massive rejection, right? So you're like, hey, actually, I'm a little bit nervous, but I wanted to talk to you. Like, hey, this and this name, so...
I love that.
And I was like, wow, he's somebody I can, like, actually connect with. Like, and that was, you know, one of the most amazing ways that stuck with me. Way better than trying to fake it, honestly.
You know what? I'll be real. So I've been in this for a year, like trying to get better with my game, you could say. Now there's almost an ego that I have that I feel like I have to live up to a standard. Like I have to go out and girls have to be attracted to me. Otherwise, what am I doing? Yeah. And when I first started last year, I had way less ego, I think. Because I remember I would say this to people, and I would do this. I would walk up to groups of people, and I would be like, hey, guys, how's it going? My name is Nico or Danny or whatever. And I'm kind of in my head, I literally am just trying to be social. I'm just trying to talk to everyone here. What's everyone's names? Where's everyone from? And people loved that. Like, they would all open up immediately, and I would instantly make, like, 5 friends right there. So I feel like there's a certain aspect of, like, just don't have an ego when you walk up to people. Like you said, put the weapon down in Germany. I like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't walk up thinking you know, people are against you. You can just be nervous and just own it. Like, be congruent. Be congruent to how you feel.
100%.
There's nothing wrong with being nervous.
They will 100% feel that.
And you'll work your way out of it, too.
Yeah.
You'll start to get unnervous from there.
Yeah.
So.
You do. You really do. Especially when you're, like, the first seconds and you don't get, like, a what's going on or something. You know, like, you get, like, a easy, relaxed person on the other side. That gives you so much confidence.
You know, I have a question that people ask me a lot, clients. Very often, they're like, you know, is it just like I went out, I live in this city, and everyone rejected me and this and that. And the question they'll ask is it me or is it just everyone else? They'll ask me that because they're getting rejected by everyone. I'm like, guaranteed 1,000,000% it's you.
Yeah.
It is
Look
you.
in the mirror.
Always. Anytime I go out and no one wants to talk to me, it's me. It's always me. Yeah. Because I'll go out to the same place, the same kind of people, in a better mood or a different state, and everyone is opening up to me. Even the girls that reject me are kind of like rejecting me, but they're like laughing and smiling. Yeah. That's how you know you're in a good mood. You're in a good flow. So
yeah, when you're asking that, just ask yourself like, what is the common denominator in all these situations? They're all different people, different backgrounds, different intelligence levels, all of that. But the common denominator is you. So if the same thing happens over and over again, it's really just like recognize the patterns you're in.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really do with my clients as well. It's like what you said in the beginning. I love that. Like that cold approach is like self-development on steroids.
Yeah, it's a mirror.
To put it in another way. And that's exactly what I do with my clients as well. Like a lot of the women are kind of anxious. They kind of look for the validation for their self-worth in a man. They're like, if I have this like amazing, tall, handsome man next to me, then I feel worthy, you know? And, you know, you do it to a degree, but it's never like truly, like it doesn't come from yourself, right?
Yeah.
So it's really in the dating, and that's the thing. That is really what and I'm so glad when they start working with me, because if you're going into the dating world, especially nowadays, looking for your worth, like trying to get validated, you're going to get eaten alive. It's like a Shark Tank. You're going to get in there and you're going to get hurt and you're going to get beat and you're going to get like humiliated and rejected. And if that's how you feel right now, turn inwards. Like look at yourself and really look at what are these people mirroring to you. How do you feel when you get rejected? Do you feel worthless? Do you feel like you don't belong? Like, what is it that you feel? And then work with that. Get a coach, get somebody you trust that can actually like that is on a higher level that can help you. And when you work on that, next time you can own it. You go to a girl and you're going to just be yourself and you're going to get like amazing results.
I like that. I will really like what you said about when you get rejected, how like focus on how it makes you feel, like what limiting beliefs start to pop up.
Yeah.
And don't buy into those limiting beliefs either. At all.
Yeah.
Like that shit, you want to actually brainwash
the
yourself.
The key part that I think a lot of people are missing, especially at that stage, is like just become aware of that thought first and foremost. And I think that's where you help a lot, like mirroring that. And when they become aware, they got to learn how to work with that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what winners do, too, by the way? Winners do this. I noticed this with my in-person clients. Anytime you get rejected, and this is the biggest strength that I have. Like, I really wish you could have met me at 18.
Oh,
Man,
I
mean, imagine just me, fat, like, literally, genuine. I weighed 210 pounds, whatever that is in kilo. On not like crazy amounts of drugs, but I was partying and I would do drugs, alcohol, terrible diet, and just the worst social anxiety. So working out of that, when I started to improve myself, I had zero ego. I knew I sucked. So anytime I would get rejected, I wouldn't think, oh, what's wrong? I'd be like, I just need to improve. How can I improve? So what winners do is I think they self-analyze more and they ask themselves, what can I do? They test things out. Okay, I'm going to change my haircut. I'll change the way I dress. I'll change the way I talk, you know? So
I would totally agree with that. Like, since I came to Bali, and I did a lot of self-work, the guys that I've been dating, like, we're on a whole nother level. And what I've been seeing, like, the common denominator of the guys who were, like, super successful in, like, many areas of life, like, multimillionaires, but they still had time, they're super disciplined, they're still great people, they have exactly what you were talking about. They self-analyze. They don't take themselves too big. They will go out of their way to, like, they will analyze everything that they're doing and try to, like, tweak it, try to go into a space where everything just starts to make sense from that vantage point. Yeah.
I have a random question. It popped up in my head earlier, but you were talking. Would you date a guy shorter than you? I mean, how tall are you? You're pretty short already.
Yeah,
Would you date a guy? How tall are you?
160, 159
Do you know what that is in,
like 6... No, wait, 5'2".
You're 5'2"?
Yeah, I think
Would
so.
you date a guy who's 5'5" or 5'6" or 5'7"?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would he have to have, though, to, like, kind of balance that out? Because obviously, you know, you prefer a guy who's a bit taller.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think a short guy could do to win? Because this is a little comment. I don't get this one very often. I think guys obsess over their looks now. You would be surprised. Guys really obsess over their looks now. It's, like, really obsessive.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Not particularly, but I 100% believe you.
Yeah.
And I think It's definitely a multi-layered answer, and it kind of gets into something that that I wanted to talk to you about anyway, and I think that's leadership, masculine leadership. And here's the good news. You can be a ugly guy, like not having much going for yourself, and you can still win an amazing woman.
Yeah.
Like I met someone, and it took a while for him to get me there, like a few years. Okay, we were friends, but eventually I fell in love with him, and he was not my type at all. Like he was not fit, nothing, not really tall. But I fell in love with him because of the way he treated me, the way he made me feel, really. And that is like, guys are really, really focused on looks in women as well. But women aren't really like that. They think, like some women say that, and they think that's what they want. But really, they just want to feel amazing with a guy. And if you can make a woman feel amazing, like, you won.
Yeah.
How do you get a woman to feel amazing, right? A huge part is leadership. And actually, let's take Nico as an example. I think you did it very well. When we were meeting up, talking about this podcast, we were just talking about, we weren't really making much things like specific. At the end of the talk, you were like, something like, okay, I'm gonna book a podcast studio. I'm gonna look up a podcast studio. I'm gonna book it, and I'm gonna let you know when. That right there is leadership. I didn't have to go out and look for it. I didn't have to go out and do really anything. And the fact that you told me what you were going to do is already huge. And then the fact that you actually did what you told me you were going to do is really, really important. So guys, just like, that is a part of safety, what we also talked about, that safety is huge for women, not just physical, but emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally. You, like, when you tell her what you're going to do and you actually follow up on it, she starts to trust you. She starts to feel good in your presence. So don't, like, guys think, I think especially, like, you know, when they're in that, like, puff up stage, they're like, make huge promises. And as a woman, when there's huge promises, you're already, like, kind of careful. Is it actually going to happen? And smart women observe. They wait. They don't believe you right away. They will look for consistency, especially when they're looking for a partner, not just like a hookup or something. And so if you want a woman over, really, like, start telling her what you're going to do and then actually follow up on it. Even if you say, hey, I'm going to call you, you better call her. Like, if you say call her the next day, do it, because those small things women notice. Even the women that don't notice, like, consciously, subconsciously, she will feel less safe with you if you forgot that. Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, I love that. Leadership. I'm going to make a mental note of that. Because I think that's huge. I don't talk about that enough.
Massive. It is like what...
Because I'm just thinking of, like, the alpha guys that I know who are... You know, I'm thinking of, like, this one guy I know. He's a fighter. He's a really good fighter. Like, he could whoop anyone's ass. And he's 5'7". And he walks around. You don't see him as a short guy. You see him as the freaking man. He walks in like the man. He leads. You look up to him even though he's shorter.
That is so delicious.
Yeah. I was about to say, you look up to him even though he's shorter than you.
Oh, my
So it's
God.
like, you don't have to be like, no, you can be the man. You walk in, you shift the energy in a room.
Yeah.
By your presence alone.
Yes, 100%.
So, yeah.
And I want to give some examples to that because I think it's really important. It's like a scale of leadership. The guys in the middle would be like, you know, I think that's something you also said, like, you want a feminine woman, right?
Yeah.
But a woman can only be feminine with you if there's, or she will not stay with you if she's feminine and you don't provide leadership. So a feminine woman would express, like, a need or desire. For example, I'm tired. A man who's kind of in the middle of that scale will be like recognizing it, starting to think about it, and maybe in like 10-15 minutes he will come up with a solution, like, hey, let's go there, let's sit in this cafe, let's relax, just come up with some kind of solution, right? Which is masculine leadership. And a guy who is like on the low end of masculine leadership, he would like hear it
and
then like forget about it. And usually it's not even that these guys don't care, from what I found. It's that they are so in their head. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking how are they perceived. They're thinking about, like, they're just thinking about themselves. And a woman feels that physically in her body, especially when she's feminine, she's connected to herself. She will feel if you're present with her or not. And a guy if you're like insecure, you really just think, honestly, it's selfish. Like they're just thinking about yourself. So it's a lose-lose situation. And then let's go to the whole other end of the spectrum. That's like one guy that I met here, and I was like blown away.
Was it the Swedish guy?
No, not the Swedish guy, actually. He was from America, actually.
But
the Swedish guy was amazing, too. He would, like, a guy who's really in his masculine, they're really sharp. They're really, like, they think ahead.
Yeah.
That's, like, setting the frame. It's really part of this high masculinity. And he would be like, know that I'm tired before I even realize that I'm tired.
Wow.
And he will already have a solution figured out in his head before I even like express the need, right?
That's some high level chess. That's some social chess right there. Just like
100%. And like
crazy.
anything, we were walking on the street and he would like skim the whole environment in like 2 seconds and be like, oh, there's like 2 dogs over there. Let's go over here. And I didn't even like, I could completely stop thinking and just be in my body, enjoy and flow and just be radiant. And like, it just felt amazing. Wow. I felt so safe. And that is something that takes a while to like get to that level. And I find like usually guys who even are in that category, they're usually over 30.
Yeah.
So you're not that far away. And that's what I wanted to tell you. Like you already did really good with these things. Just like from the little bit that I know you. And what you did, so many guys wouldn't be able to do that. So start there.
Well, thank you.
I
still have a lot to grow.
Yeah.
So much. And actually leadership, I would say, is something that recently I've learned more about. So the biggest shift in my own growth recently has been running in-person coaching. I call them boot camps. And for the first time, I put myself in my own little position of authority where I will have multiple guys living with me, around me, where I'm completely leading the frame. And I have to lead.
And that's vulnerable,
I'm getting paid to lead. It is vulnerable, and it forces you to level up because now you wake up with a sense of duty almost. And I loved it. I freaking loved it. But also it challenged me a lot because some nights I would go to bed, let's say I didn't sleep well and I'm tired and I'm cranky. Well, my coaching isn't as good that day, and it really forced me to fix things in my own life. And but I noticed that after that experience for 90 days, I was able to lead a lot better in general. So it's something that you learn. I think personally, you're supposed to learn through your father, through osmosis. You see him leading, and then you kind of take on those traits and qualities. But
I think that's where it starts. But I think it's also really through experience, and I really want to hone down on that. Absolutely. Like you're not gonna get to that level of like making millions, making a woman feel amazing, if you have not gone through shit. Like that feeling that you described right there, that like uncomfortable feeling. You're standing there and you just like have to lead, and it's vulnerable, and you're setting yourself up for like possible rejection, for humiliation. Like that feeling is what makes you more of a man. Like, and there's no shortcut. There's no way around that. The men who are like the strongest leaders, they have gone through the fire, and they're like, I come out of it again and again. That's why they can't stand in front of a woman, even when she's like losing her mind. And
but I also want to emphasize, like, you have to fail.
Yeah,
you have to fail as a man.
That's
like,
part of it.
You have to have dates where you failed leading, like you tried to set up adventure and you just everything fell apart and you made all the wrong decisions and she totally thinks you're a loser, and then you fail. You have to have. I had a business with an old friend where I was like, we're gonna make money, it's gonna work, we're gonna travel together, and it completely fails. We both run out of money and he trusted me, and it just completely fails.
That sucks, no?
Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. We're still friends. He's a man, so he understands. He's like, yeah, dude, he trusted me. You didn't do good. Now I'm about to do something similar with a new friend, but now I have this memory and experience of, hey, last year or 2 years ago, I went with one of my best friends to start a business, and we didn't work hard enough, and we didn't strategize, and it completely failed. This time, I have so many lessons. For example, one little lesson. So I'm about to travel with a friend. When I first tried traveling with a friend and working and building a business, we moved places every day. Every week in a new city, check this out, adventure here. You can't be productive that way. So with my new friend, I'm like, bro, we're going to go to South America. We're going to go to Rio. We're going to lock in for 4 months. We're not going to move. We're just going to stay in one place, money first. And then if we make money, we'll travel in South America. But failure is so important. Like the business I've built today is built off the back of the worst failures I've done in the last 5 years with many different businesses, not staying consistent, shit content ideas, running out of money, borrowing money, starting ideas and just failing over and over and over, and then not giving up and just, you know what, just keep on going, just keep it pushing. And then one day it blew up out in my face, and that's life.
And I think that's what you're really great at, just putting yourself out there. Yeah. Because like the faster you fail, the faster you learn, the faster you proceed.
Yeah.
And
I think it's genetic too. As weird as that sounds, I think it's genetic because my brother and my mom are the same way.
Oh,
like
really?
my brother
Nice.
he'll be like, I'm opening a restaurant at 21 years old. I'm going to open a restaurant. I was like, open a restaurant? You ain't going to open a restaurant. He's not doing it. Everyone's like, bro, you shouldn't do that. It's a lot of money. It's $100K. You're going to lose all of it, be in debt. Opens it, works. Opens another one, doesn't work. Opens another one, works.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a risk-taking. Wow. He gambles a lot too. He's a poker player. He's a risk taker. So I think there's a certain gene or genetic element to it too. Okay. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
I've studied a little evolutionary psych, but
it's super interesting.
Yeah.
When you think about habits, what do you feel like are habits that make a man more masculine?
Oof, fighting. I need to get back into
That's
fighting.
A great sport,
I almost stopped fighting. I'm so happy I didn't. I had this mental battle recently because I'm like, I'm so busy. I have so many things to do. Where the freak am I going to find time to fight? Like, it's draining almost. You got to go and fight. And I was walking on the beach one day, and I have a video coming out with footage of this, and I saw these guys sparring on the beach, and I was like, that's fucking... I almost felt intimidated because I hadn't done it in a while. But I know I can see a good fighter, and I was obsessed with it for a while. So I can see a good fighter versus a bad fighter or like a newbie. And then the next week I went back and they were sparring there again. It was a big group. And this time I just watched. I was just sitting there watching for 10, 20 minutes. And they were like, hey, bro, do you want to fight? Like, we got gloves. Fuck it. And I put the gloves on. At first I was like, okay, I'll be right back. I ran to the bathroom because I wanted to puke. I was like really nervous because I hadn't done it in a while. And then I went back and my hands are like my hands are shaking. Like I did this and I was like fucking shaking. I was like, okay, fuck. Put the gloves on, no mouthpiece. And I'm just like, here we go. And they're like, all right, let's fight. And then as soon as I got hit in the face, zero anxiety. It all went away.
Oh, wow.
Zoned in. Everything came back. I whooped his ass, this random dude.
Oh my
French
God,
guy. I'm soft. I know how to hold my punches, but I was like, it's back. I'm back. Bah, bah, bah. And I felt like I felt so fucking good.
Yes.
And then right afterwards, everyone saw that I won. They were like, okay, this random guy, he's got some moves. He's better than he looks. I'm like fat and out of shape right now too, kind of like I'm out of shape. They put like one of their best fighters against me next. And this one was a little bit more even, but I could still hold my own against him. So I fell in love with fighting again on that beach. And then my roommate saw me. He was on the beach and he had gained so much respect for me. He was like, dude, I didn't know you knew how to fight. And then from there, I was like, why am I not fighting? I needed, bought some gloves, and I'm going to go to the beach once a week just to train, or twice a week sometimes. And I love it. And it makes you feel, like for me personally, growing up without a father figure, being in a super feminine environment my entire life, like fighting changed how I view the world. It changed how I view myself. It changed everything for me. And I don't think it will do that for every person, but for me, it was like the missing piece of the puzzle, knowing that I can defend myself.
Yes.
So when I look at another man and I shake his hand, it's a different sense of authority there, where I respect myself more, and fighting taught me how to respect other men too. 100%. I had very little respect for other men before I started fighting. The fight gym taught me respect for other men like you wouldn't believe. I remember going into the fight gym and seeing this guy. He's this Iranian dude. He barely spoke English, and I didn't like him at all. I thought he was a cocky asshole. Like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. He ended up becoming my best friend by the end of my time there, and I was his main sparring partner because he was a real fighter, like a pro fighter, and he's the one who got me good too, because he would be like, he came to me one day at the end of class, and he's like, bro, no one wants to spar me. I need a sparring partner. I have
what
a fight.
What is a sparring partner?
Sparring is like when you're fighting, but you're going maybe like 50%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes
so
hard
like
sparring,
practice.
you're going like 75. It's like fighting, but not as hard. And then if you clock your guy good, you don't keep going. You just kind of let him breathe. And he came to me one day, and he's like, in his Iranian accent, I'm not going to try it.
I know
I need a sparring partner. No one wants to spar me. And I have a fight coming up, and I need someone to spar me. And I made a decision that day. I was like, yeah, I'll be your sparring partner. So every day after class, we would spar. He knocked me out twice in class. Not intentionally. He felt really bad, too. But just when your hands and feet are flying.
I can imagine.
And I got knocked out in class one day. And I came back the next day. Everyone knew. Everyone talked about it. And I sparred him again. And everyone respects you because of it. Because you just and that was the day I started to get good, too. Because I wasn't afraid anymore. But it taught me to respect other men. Because by the end of it, I respected him. I respected my coach. I respected every fighter in there. And
you had more respect for yourself,
myself,
no?
Exactly, yeah.
And do you feel like that experience also helps you with women?
I think so. Yeah. Not too much as you would think, but indirectly, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
because of the way you can carry yourself and you believe in yourself, I would say.
Yeah. You would think, I would love to say that, yeah, you'll start getting girls, but no. I know plenty of fighters who can't even say hi, because I've hung around a lot of fighters where they are so much better than me, like real pro fighters trying to get to the UFC. Like, hey, dude, there's a girl, let's go say hi. And they're like, I can't, I'm scared.
Yeah,
like, I'd rather get knocked out than talk to that girl. Yeah, it's a different skill set. But for me personally, I think it helped me a lot. At least in nightlife, because sometimes in nightlife there's a lot of guys and you feel very intimidated. I don't know what girls feel in nightlife. Ooh. I feel like girls, do you feel the same thing? Because like when I walk in to a nightlife environment now, it's much different from when I was younger, because fights break out in nightlife and you go talk to a girl, what if a guy gets mad? Yeah. Now I'm not as scared of that because I got a really good right hook and he better watch out. And I know how to take a punch. And also I'm not afraid to get punched. That's another one. Like when you haven't fought yet, you're afraid of a punch. Now I like it. It's like, fuck it, punch me. As long as I got my mouth guard in, fuck it, hit me. I like it. It feels good. I get adrenaline. Then I get angry, and then I get to punch you back. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
And I never felt that growing up. I wasn't a wimp, but I never tapped into that side of myself. I never thought I could either.
That is so interesting because I really grew up in a very masculine environment, and now today we're sitting here. That is really funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I think, in a way, it actually made me more feminine because I was always kind of rebellious. And it was just like, I was really intuitive from a very young age on. And when, like, Germany in general is super masculine. Like, everything is about discipline, about being punctual.
My German clients, my God. You are like 5 minutes late.
Super tight.
Like, sorry.
And I'm, like, super untypical German. I'm always late. Well, today I wasn't. But... and I get like in my family, in my whole environment, like so many women think that being vulnerable is weak. They think wanting a man is weak, is not like you should just be this like independent woman. And I bought into that for a while, but I always like, even just like dressing up, like how I dress here, like if I would dress like that in Germany, like everybody would lose their mind. Like it's crazy. But that's one of the reasons why I came here, because I just wanted to be myself. But I feel like it's kind of like, maybe you had that too when you started to become a fighter. It's kind of like a rebellion to like just be yourself in an environment that doesn't allow you to be yourself and where it's like really against the norm, right? But it really teaches you so much like self-respect and opens you up to getting like having the life you really want, attracting the kind of people that you really want. And that's another thing. Like I went on the dating apps in Germany, like not a single guy. I was like, I was losing my mind. I was so bored. I just cannot relate with them at all. And then here is like a much different game for sure. So I think like all the women in my family, like nobody like cares about how they look, for example. And just by caring about how I look, it immediately put me in this bracket of being shallow, being vain, which to me is so crazy because to me it's like a form of self-love, caring about how you look. And that, like, all the...
Would you say that's a feminine trait, caring about how you look? Like looks maxing? Kind of feminine?
I think it's like self-love first and foremost, but like really like basking in yourself and your own energy. I think that's really feminine. Yeah.
I was just making a little point there for my guys who are obsessed with looks maxing. I can't stand it either. I'm just like, because when we were younger, we the boys we didn't do that. I don't think. Like if we ever had
That's true.
I was, even though my friends were crazy, they were a good, solid friend group. I needed those friends at the time. And if one of us was ever just like looking at the mirror, like, like, bro, are you a girl? Like, bro, come on, like you look fine.
True.
Stop thinking about it.
It wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, we didn't care that much.
Yeah.
Now I feel like all the boys are all looking at the mirror like, ooh, like, come on, bro, it's not that serious.
I'm interested in your opinion. What, in your eyes, makes a woman a high-value woman?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. Listen, now we're starting to get into the realm where I'm like, it's just an opinion.
Yeah, it is an opinion, for sure.
Personally, I can tell you what I like personally. I really like I think it's different, right? Like a high value to one person can be different for another. But I really like a girl who is, if I'm going to marry a chick, or be in a long-term relationship.
A woman, yeah.
I don't want her to be super career-focused like me. I just find that it's a wrong match, personally, because I am so obsessed. And it's not that I don't respect that she's career-focused, because I respect it a lot. I actually really love to hang around people who are career-focused. But when I come home, I want someone who's already de-stressed, because I'm not. I'm fucking stressed usually. So I think a high-value woman, in my eyes, is someone who's very feminine and nurturing, has this nurturing aspect that can put my mind at ease. And I have two girls that I think about. Should I say their names? Nah, probably not. It's okay. Well, anyway, one was Colombian and one was Russian. These are the two girls that I've built almost a long-term relationship. And both of them, I would come home stressed, even though I was like, back in the day, I've always been working on something. And I remember being around them. It would put me at ease. By the end of the night, I was laughing, I was singing, I was cuddling, and now I actually don't have that because I'm on my own. And, usually. And it's hard. Like, sometimes it's 5 a.m. and my mind won't shut off. And I'm like, fuck, should I work more? No, that's probably not good. It's 5 a.m. The sun's about to come up. Like, what do I do? And my mind, I was like, default to, like, watching something. And that's probably why I'm tired today. It's just a stress. So a high-value woman to me is someone who's very empathetic and nurturing, like very. And I love that. It's the opposite of what my mom was, because she was more of like the dad. She was a single mom. She was working, building a business. She was very masculine. So I want the opposite of what my mom was. Not that I don't respect it, again, because I respect my mom more than anybody. She's a stronger woman than anyone I know. But I saw what that did to her as well. Like, I saw the negative side of her having to step up like that. It's not fun to be around. It's very, she became mean.
Yeah.
So.
And that's so right. Like, I'm a single mom as well, and I really consciously, when I date guys, get really back into my feminine. And that's like, and it's interesting that you said that, because the really, really masculine guys that I also asked a question like this, they would say, like, what I really desire is peace.
Wow, really? They said that?
They said that.
Interesting.
I was like,
wow.
Across the board. Like, they don't need drama. They don't need anything. They already have, when you're really masculine, you already have that, like, adrenaline in your life. You're, like, out there doing things, achieving things.
The last thing we want is a girl competing with us. It's like, it's the most, we talk to any guy, it's the most draining thing when a girl is, like, too competitive.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing that I noticed in Germany, and, like, all these women who are, like, super independent. You can get guys like that, but is that really the kind of guy you want?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, for me, it wasn't. And I had to, like, do a lot of, even though I intuitively felt it, I still had to work on my mindset of, like, not feeling weak when I actually just be my feminine, just love, and knowing that I bring a lot to the table, just like, or like actually even more to the table when I'm just in that space.
I have a thought. I had a memory of, like, so I never got to see a good example of a couple growing up, but I did live with a couple for a year. It was a Brazilian guy. His name is Italo. I hope he's watching this. I'm gonna be one of his groomsmen, and his wife now. They have a wedding that I'll be going to in Rio de Janeiro next year.
Ooh.
And he's Brazilian. She's American. They met in Florida. I lived with him before they met, and I thought that was, like, the most I'm sure they have their faults. I know they do. But like that, like watching them together while living with them was the most wholesome thing, and I loved it. Like I would come home feeling happy.
No.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't like their kid, but like I had my room, they had their room. But like she was always smiling and laughing and making everyone who came feel at home. Like anytime I brought a girl over, it was just such a pleasant experience. I loved it so much. I had the setup. I tell this to my clients, like you need the setup. You need people around you who are making your life awesome. And anytime I saw them together, 99% of the time, I probably saw them fight maybe once. I mean, they're human. Yeah. But like 99% of the time, they are laughing. All you hear from their room is laughter, 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 laughter. And she's cooking, and he's a business owner, millionaire, very successful dude. I don't know how the fuck I ended up living with him. I got really, really lucky, and he's like best friend now. And they were just laughing all the time. And I remember seeing that, and I never seen that before. I was like, holy shit, that's what a good relationship looks like. That's awesome. Look at that. And that opened my mind, because all my friends, God bless them, you are who you attract. You attract who you are. They all had, funny enough, almost every single one of my friends came from dysfunctional families as well. And all their girlfriends, they would always fight all the time. They would have crazy, like really, really crazy fights that the police would be called, or crazy shit happening. You know, I grew up around a crazy environment. I've seen it all. And I had never seen the other side, which is this happy relationship. And at that time when I was living there, I got into a happy relationship too. So it was just this big happy bubble in our house. And I loved it for a brief period before we moved out. And that's something to strive for. But it's hard to attain as well, you know?
I think this is this is what happens when people have the polarity nailed down. Like he was probably like very much in his masculine. Yeah. She was in his feminine. Oh, totally. She trusted him. She was submissive. And that is like such a loaded word nowadays, I feel like. But actually, like...
No, he was the fucking man.
Yeah. I 100... And like she... Like a woman deeply, deeply... Like I 100% believe that any woman deeply wants to submit. Yeah. But if she doesn't feel safe or doesn't trust a man, she won't. Yeah. But it's on both of them. Like you can be the greatest man, and there's some women who will never submit because it takes so much strength to be so vulnerable, right? It's like it's a fucking like it's a big strength.
Imagine from a woman's perspective, like really letting go of control for a guy. You really have to trust him. Yeah. And this is a one of a kind guy.
And that's why they will observe you.
Yeah. This is a one of a kind guy. Like you don't find he's genuinely, like, not only is he hardworking, strong, genuinely like, big and strong, but also gentle and kind, but also assertive and smart, and you would want him in a sticky situation, but you can also relax around him. You don't find many men like that who are funny, loving, but also like they can be mean, but they're never gonna step boundaries, and no matter how stressed he is, he's not gonna take it out on you. He's a good man. Yeah. If you wanna put a face to the name, that's them right there.
Oh my God, yes, they look very happy. Yeah. Oh my God, yes, so handsome.
Yeah, he's a handsome man. Handsome man. I loved him, man. I was like the best year of my life. One of the best years of my life. So.
Yeah, and I think something that also happened when you live with them, you kind of, we have these mirror neurons, right?
Yes. Oh my God. And I started acting like him.
Yes.
Yeah. I was getting girls that year too. I was dating a model. I was dating models left and right. That shit's real. That's actually advice I give my clients all the time, because I think back.
Change your environment, right?
Okay, well, get around a guy who's genuinely cool. Yeah. You will become like. I remember I would come home and he would do this. He would literally be like, "Bro, you don't realize how cool you are. You're fucking handsome, bro." Like, he was hyping me up all the time. Anytime he saw I was insecure, like, "Bro, you are like the most handsome guy I know. Like, bro, you are such a stud, bro. You're a player. Like,
what a treasure."
Yeah. And I remember at the time, like, I really took that to heart, too. Like, everything he said, I just absorbed
That's the thing, too. That's the thing with this guy from America, from Miami. Like, he was telling me things that people have told me before in my life. But because I respected him so much, I could actually believe him. Like, I was actually could take it to heart and, like, fully, like, embody that and claim it, because it came from somebody whose life I actually wanted, I actually respected, like the way he lived his life, the way he carried himself. I'm like, wow, like I can trust him, and I want to I believe him 100%, So that makes a big difference.
That does. It really is interesting being a girl and like hearing it from the other perspective of like, it makes me realize that, oh shit, like being a man, you really do have to be on your shit. You really do. Like you can't afford to not be, even in a relationship and she loves you, you can't afford to not be on your shit. When I say on your shit, that's a weird way of saying not be on your purpose and staying sharp as a man. Yeah, you don't have 100%. Much of a buffer, even in a relationship, because like you said, your libido wasn't even high when the guy wasn't a true leader and a true man to you. And it makes me realize that I need to have more experience in that, in the relationship realm, where I'm leading and I'm doing that part, because I've mastered the first part, which is getting the girl and building some attraction short term, but long term, that's a whole nother playing field. And I would like to say I would be good at it. It's just a skill set, just like anything else. You get better at over time. Yeah, I have a mentor, Owen Cook. Mm-hmm. Do you know Owen Cook, by the way?
I don't think so.
Okay, he's kind of weird and out there, but I love him. He's changed. He's the one he saved my life. He saved many lives. Like that 18-year-old kid who was all messed up stumbled upon an Owen video, and then a year, that's how everything started. And he says this. He says that, and I would actually like your opinion on this. This is an epiphany I had this year. A man's value fluctuates rapidly and dramatically. So essentially what he's saying is, as a man, you can be high value to a girl, but the minute you start to show low value behaviors, you can instantly become like an ugly dude to her. Like if you're the freaking man, like let's take my friend for example. This would never happen to him because he's a G. He's the top G. He's the man. Never happened to him. I hope he's watching this. It would never happen to him.
You showed me?
Yeah, it would never happen to him. And I just like, it's funny because even the way I view him, I'm like, no, he's the man. It would never happen to him. But let's say, for example, he started eating unhealthy. He started to become a little bit mean and not really like leading with his heart anymore. Let's say he started calling the wrong shots or just not leading the right way, and he fell off his grind. His value in her eyes would shift like that, rapidly and dramatically. You see it in the club as well, or in the bar. You could be talking to a girl. You have this deep connection. She loves you. Everything's going well. But let's say you get jealous or you get insecure, or you stop feeling good about yourself for whatever reason, or maybe another guy comes in and you get a little insecure and weirdly competitive. Instantly that girl will leave you and pretend she doesn't know you. You can literally wave at her and she'll be like, So from the guy's perspective, it's almost so dramatic that it hurts. It's like, what the heck? I thought we had this connection. But the premise of, and you can tell me what you think on this, what Owen is saying is that connection you think you have is based on your value. So if you don't have value and you don't have value in the environment and you're not like feeling good about yourself, then there is no connection, no matter how much you have in common. It doesn't matter without value. As far as attraction goes. Yeah. So sorry, a little bit nerdy.
I would definitely say it's right. Like you can lose attraction like that
pretty fast,
but you can also repair it. And I think that's really where where this like vulnerability comes in, where you like kind of have to man up. It's like when you messed up, go to her, like apologize, like show her that you know what you did, or what did you like, just what happened, that you're aware of it. And you can definitely, and that actually might, like, let's say you were here and then you drop down to here, and then you go and you just open, honest, you apologize, not in a like, oh my God, I'm such a small way, but like, hey, you know what? I messed up.
Just owning it. Yeah, just owning it.
And be like, I
unashamed.
know, like, you didn't deserve this. I'm going to do everything. It doesn't happen again. And then it can actually go like this again, like in an instant. She's like, oh my God, now I'm like freaking attracted. Like, take me now.
I've seen some crazy shifts. And girls not being into me and then being into me as well. Yeah. I've seen it. I want your thought on another thing. This is something I've noticed. So I'm actually creating a new program eventually. In January, I want to release it, or maybe a little later. We'll see. But if anyone's watching this, it's going to be called The Social Connector. And it's more about leading and being a good wingman to your friends and making female friends. A lot of guys in my space, you'll see it. People, they're always like, oh, you shouldn't make female friends. It's not a good friendship, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, female friends are the best. A good female friend. And I've noticed, so recently I'm just making friends all the time as much as I can. And I've noticed whenever I invite everyone out, if the girl likes me and respects me, she'll tell the other girls that I'm cool, and those girls will love me as well. It's almost like a winning cycle. You're like, I remember there was this girl, it was an Irish girl. I talked to her, no interest. It was just a normal conversation. I saw her again at the bar. She was like, hey, what's up? Normal conversation. And then my friend comes in, this Ukrainian German girl actually, who's really beautiful, and is like all over me, but just a friend. And it's just like we're genuinely friends. And she told the Irish girl how cool I was behind my back, not even in front of me. And the Irish girl was just flirting with me all night after that. I was like, whoa, that was a big flip. It almost like, it was mind-boggling to me because I'm like, 10 minutes ago you didn't care who I was, and now you're interested. So, like you said, it can go the other way. You can be this guy who's not that interesting, or maybe you're not her type, but just because of your status in the environment or whatever it is, it shoots up. Yeah. I'm getting into like my program with her. She's
You're doing the program together?
What do you mean?
You said about the program January. Is it connected to that or no?
Yeah, it's all connected. It's just new ideas. I want to release something original where I'm just creating something based on my own experience on how to become more social, but how to connect people socially. So I go out now, and I'm meeting all the girls, and I'm also meeting all the cool guys. I don't like. For me, I put guys into two categories. It's either you're cool or you're not cool. Try to be the cool guy. Because if you're not cool, you get jealous easy. You like to shit talk. You're insecure. But the cool guy, and then what I do is I just connect everyone. But it makes you the connector in that environment, and inevitably you'll end up winning. Because you're just so cool, and you're connecting everyone. You're non-needy. You're giving value. You're making sure everyone feels comfortable around you.
Yes.
Like everyone. Like if a girl doesn't feel comfortable, you're leading, like you said. And it's fun. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you something about your stuff. So how has having a son changed the way you view men?
Oh my God, like a lot.
Really?
Like so much. Like something that I got way more committed and serious, but not in like serious way, but in a like, I'm not taking any bullshit anymore. Like I see through men like this. And I'm like, I'm in a space now where I feel ready, like for my man. And I'm like so excited to meet him. And the thing is, like, I will see everything that he's doing through the lens of would I want my son to be doing that. So there was a guy, you actually met him as well, but I met him the same night as we met, and just like he was kind of interesting, and then he was like drunk, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna drive home. Like, okay, what? Like, he's gonna drive home drunk? Okay, instant out. Like,
wow.
It's like, I mean, like, he doesn't respect himself. He doesn't even take care of himself in a way. Like, he's doing stupid things. And when you have a child, you always think like, would I want, because he's going to take him as the example. My little son is going to take him as the example. And if he is doing things like that, like smoking or anything like that, I'm like, he's going to observe that 100%, and it's going to have an effect on him. So I like that it leveled up my thinking, my standards so much. And funny enough, it also leveled up the guys I'm attracting, I'm magnetizing. And I think, I don't know if that's directly related to my son, but like my self-worth has upgraded a lot, and through that I've been meeting and attracting like whole different caliber of men. And in a way, and that's kind of what you said with the couple where you're living together, just having like being with them for a while, experiencing their leadership changed me on a physical level. Like, it changes you because for the first time in your life, you feel like really safe and really held, because most women don't have a dad that provides that, right? A lot of men in that like time frame, they were wounded masculine, right? They were like overly ambitious, not home or something like that. And my dad was a great provider, but like emotionally he wasn't present at all. And like experiencing men who are successful but still emotionally present and there, and you can just be yourself and just be, you know, like feel so loved and taken care of, physically just changed, like, I feel like it changed my cells in a way.
Wow.
Recoded my cells. And that is something that I absolutely love and that I want every woman to experience. And here's the thing that I want, like, that makes me crazy, like kind of how you are so passionate about fighting. I'm so passionate about this. I see beautiful, interesting, smart women who are like dating the shittiest guys.
Okay, let's talk about that, because that is interesting. No, like I love what you said about you want a guy with these really good standards.
Yes.
Where you're like, he's drinking and driving, done.
Yeah.
And like something like that, some people would see like, really? He's done from that? Like, done.
Yeah.
Long term, nah.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is a lot of girls at a younger age, from what I can tell, gravitate towards some of these like bad boy.
I did too.
Crazier archetypes. Like, I don't, you know, and I think a lot of guys, because they see that as well, they try to mimic that too.
Yeah.
You
know? No, it's not the way to go, because these are also the women who will challenge you, who will bring a lot of drama into your life. They're these kind of women. So when you want like an amazing woman who's going to love you with all her heart and who can bring you this peace, who can bring love in your life, who can be an amazing mother to your future children, you will not meet, like, these kind of women will not be with you. They will not stay with you for longer than like a few seconds of meeting you when you're in this kind of behavior. It's like a totally different way of viewing. And, you know, you feel that. So you're kind of like, oh, she's arrogant or something. So you don't even like have to like, because you know, like, she's out of your league kind of when you're like having bad standards. But really what it is like you're having not great standards. And you can level it up for sure. But yeah, this is really something, what I would say that has changed a lot through my son is like the level up of the standards and the experiences that I had through that, like, amazing. And that's what I really want every woman to like experience. Like, the women that I work with are really like high achieving, and a lot of them have this like independence, and I'm so strong, and that's amazing. But in a relationship, they also get to, and they really want to like surrender and submit and just feel so loved and taken care of, cherished and beautiful and delicious. Really. And I want to help them achieve that, but it starts within yourself. If you don't think you deserve that, if you think that's weak, like, you're never going to attract a man like that. That's the thing that I really saw, and I had deep conversations with all of them. And they're like, I see a woman like that. I don't even like, that's this funny thing. All these women like, the good men don't exist. They're not here. They are there. There's a lot of them. But they see you, and from a mile, they're like, oh, hell no. And I'm walking away. Like, seriously.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because they immediately see if a woman's actually in her feminine, if she's in her heart, if she's able to soften, surrender, make him feel amazing. They immediately see that. It's like, oh, she will give me the feminist, I'm out. You know?
Wow. I have three more things I want to talk about.
Okay.
Next, what do you think about, and I love it, by the way, everything you said, I'm like, wow, I'm gaining a lot of knowledge. But just for the sake of time, I'm like, hammering.
Let's go.
What do you think about Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate.
Yeah. First off, have you seen any of his videos, like, long form?
No.
Okay. No. Well, on surface level, what do you think about Andrew Tate?
You mean he's the guy who
what color
there's
is
so
your
much controversial about that he opened his marriage? No.
Opened.
Yeah, I thought he's the guy who like has this conscious non-monogamy now. No.
Oh, like he's I mean, he's never been in a marriage. He's definitely like on that side of things.
I don't think I know him well enough to talk about him.
Scrap that. And I like that you said that, because I think a lot of people don't go deep and they'll have this preconceived notion of somebody. And mine, I'll give you mine maybe in the future, but it's a mixed bag. But he's someone who was pivotal in my life. He got me into fighting.
Can I just say something to that? I don't know if that's what you were going to go to, but you know what I just did? Like, I just admitted I actually don't know it.
Yeah,
that's
like
something that a lot of women do when they see like a high level guy, they for the first time meet him, and they get excited. They're like, oh my God, like he's working on himself. He doesn't drink. He's like super high in sports. He's like super successful. They get excited, right? Like wow. And they want to try to impress him, and then the guy will talk about like investing and like all these things, and they try to like act like they know and they match, and the guys immediately see that and just be like, here again, but now on the woman's side, be true to who you are and own it. And just be like how I asked you before. Like, what does that mean? Like, what is a scribe? Like,
yeah.
That I'm like, just ask questions. If you don't know, just ask interesting questions. And the man would love to just explain it to you and like be the hero, be the person who like opens his world to you.
Yeah. It's funny because you've never watched tape, but he says that as well.
Really?
Like he was giving Girl Game one time, like literally what you just said right there.
Really?
You make the man feel like that, like what you just said, that you're
That's
going
so
to
interesting.
go
That comes from my own experience. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great validation of that. Thank you.
Really
I'm gonna look him up, guys. Let me know, and also let us know what you think.
Like be careful. He says a lot of crazy things.
Like just wanna like if you're in the audience, if you have any questions for us, if you're like, I love this, I wanna go deeper on there, put it in the comments. I wanna know.
All right.
I wanna read them.
Last question. Mm-hmm. What do you think about? This is a random one. This is so random. And then after that, I know we have to stop. What do you think about Russian women?
Oh wow.
Because they've seemingly got the girl game figured out. Because I've dated some Russian women, and I'm like, they know what they're doing. Like a lot of the things you say, I think Russian women, the moms just teach their daughters. I'm not saying they're perfect. They have their downsides too. But like, have you observed that at all? Like their culture?
It's so interesting that you bring that up because, these guys that I talked about that I met here, at least 4 of them, just from themselves said, I don't date Russian women.
Yeah.
They're like,
because the Russian women want to settle down too.
Yeah.
They ain't playing games.
But they're so arrogant. They're not bringing that much value. Like, that's kind of the vision. Like, and I was like, it just came back again and again. It's like, oh, I don't like Russians. I'm like, okay, wow, that's crazy to say. They're like, I like everybody except them. I'm like, okay, interesting. And I think that we have really high standards. Yeah. And I think that's probably a good thing. I don't know if maybe sometimes I think that's what a lot of men are missing, the warmth. I think maybe you just have to work a lot to get there. I'm pretty sure they must have it. But I think because it doesn't come like quite like... Yeah.
I can give you my experience with Russian women. I find that they are the most feminine, submissive when you're the right guy, and nurturing, and a lot of the things like the advice you're giving, they just do it naturally. Like I'm gonna let him lead, I'm gonna let him feel like he's the man, but at the same time they're also very strong. But they know when to like dial it down and let the man lead. But they want a guy who's going to lead. And also, most Russian women I've met are just looking for a relationship. They're not looking to play around.
Yeah.
And they are very, very demanding. Yes, very demanding. But at the same time,
it forces you to level up, no? And a good woman will always do that. Behind closed doors,
I do well with the Russian women for whatever reason. But behind closed doors, they're actually very nurturing, like very caring, and yeah.
I like that.
And they're
and cool. It's interesting to say that because I realized I am really drawn to Middle Eastern men.
Really?
Like especially from the looks, it's like, and that's something that I really observed being in that dating space, being in the love space. I feel like the Western countries, we have messed a lot of things up.
That were a little bit out of order.
Like a lot of the things that like we teach about and we learn about now to like kind of get back more to the healthy things, to the more balanced things, and like actually feminine and masculine. So a lot of things other like Middle Eastern countries have like nailed that down already. And in a lot of ways, it's like, oh, it's so oppressive, and there might be parts of that, but I think in a lot of families, I've seen actually really healthy and really beautiful dynamics.
In the Middle Eastern.
Yes, actually. And there, the man, it's like a man cannot even ask a woman on a date if he doesn't have anything for like that he can offer her, like a house and some savings and a car. Like you not even get to date if you don't have that. So here in America, Germany, I see these beautiful, smart women, successful, and they're dating the biggest losers. And they're like draining their money. They're like draining their beauty, like their radiance, and it makes me sick when I see that. Yeah. So I think we really get to be humble and also learn from the countries that we always look down upon.
I love that. That's amazing. Well, amazing podcast. I started off a little nervous, and then now by the end, I'm like, this was
you
so
feel
great.
At peace?
Flow state, at peace, happy with everything we talked about. So
me too.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was great.